A church pastor cussed me out. This story takes place when I was a service manager of a high volume restaurant. And it wasn't uncommon for our location to get parties of 10, 20, even 30 people at a time on Sundays. Well, it's a little afternoon and I get a phone call. The guy introduces himself as a pastor for a local church, and he was telling me that he wanted to take his elders out after service and was wanting to come to our restaurant. Of course, I had to break the news to him that our company doesn't do reservations. It's first come, first serve. He started telling me that that's ridiculous, that most restaurants do reservations. And I explained to him, well, sir, we're a corporate restaurant too, but our restaurant doesn't do reservations or call aheads. It's first come, first serve. So we need at least one member of your party to be here. And at that point, he hung up on me. So about an hour goes by and the host comes and gets me and lets me know that there's a party up front that's upset because they told her they had reservations. Apparently the pastor I spoke to on the phone had told the host that he spoke to me and I took a reservation for him. And so I go up front to introduce myself to the pastor and I let him know, like, hey, remember, we don't do call aheads. You have to be present and I will do my best to get you in as quickly as possible. But right now you're looking at about 45 minutes to an hour. And at this point he asked to speak to me away from his party, so we go in the front foyer and he proceeds to chew me out and tell me that this is ridiculous. He tried to give me the heads up and it's ridiculous that I just couldn't write that information down. And again, I explained to him the same thing I explained to him on the phone, but to his face. But I'm the type of manager that I'm going to do everything I can to make things happen for you. I did tell him, look, just because our company don't do call aheads or reservations, I'm quoting you an hour, but that's a guess, but I can do my best to get you in as quickly as I can. So about 15 minutes go by and the host lets me know that that same pastor wants to speak to me again. So I go up front to talk to him and he's complaining. We done been here 30 minutes. You know, where's our party at? It doesn't feel like that anybody is getting up. And of course I have to let him know, sir, it's only been 15 minutes. And he's wanting to argue with me about the time. And I have to show him his name on the wait list and point to the clock and like, sir, that's only 15 minutes. I quoted you 45 minutes to an hour, and like I said, I'm going to do my best to get you in at that time. So I figure out an unconventional way to get their party in. We did have a cocktail area, which was first come, first served near the bar, and we had a bunch of cocktail tables. Well, all of them were open, so I push them all together, set up a party of 10. But when I go up to the host stand to let them know, like, hey, if you'll sit in the bar, I can get you a table right now. The pastor's actually in the restroom, and I speak to one of the members of the party and let them know. And they're like, yeah, we don't have a problem sitting in the bar. Yeah, we'll do that. So the host grabs the menu silverware and takes the party into the bar area and sits them down. So after that party sits down, I'm making my rounds around the dining room. And as I'm coming back through the bar area, I notice that the whole party's standing up and the pastor is waving them back to the host stand. The pastor approaches me and he is super pissed. He pulls me in the foyer and he was like, what is this? What is this? Like, why are you putting us in the bar area right now? I don't want me and my elders to be around a bunch of drunkards over here in this bar. He's accusing me of doing this on purpose just to piss the party off and piss him off. And I'm like, no, sir, actually, I was just looking out for y'all to get y'all in faster. You know, we are a family restaurant. Yeah, there is a bar over there, but this was the only way that I could get you in quicker on your quote time. This man tells me he's refusing to sit in the bar and him and his elders are not sitting there and they're coming back up here at the host stand and we need to be a priority to be sat in the dining room away from these sinners. I'm thinking, like, if your belief is that high, why are you coming to a restaurant that even serves alcohol? Hey, here's the problem. Since we sat them, we marked them off the wait list and a couple of other parties had came in. So now I had a dilemma because now I had to figure out another place to put them, but not screw the other parties over that came in after them. Me and the host are working out a plan of action to hurry up and get this table in, and luckily a table opens up. The server lets me know that he's already put the food order in, and then he proceeds to tell me that the pastor is just going on and on and on, complaining to his elders about how unorganized our place is. I get the kitchen to hurry up, rush their food out. Food comes up, and I'm having every able server that's available to grab the food and take it to the table. About 5 minutes after they get their food, their server comes back and grabs me and says, hey, buddy, that whole party just got up and walked to the front, and the pastor wants to speak to you at the host stand. And this pastor is literally yelling at me in the foyer, telling me that he knows that we put sausage in his pasta on purpose just because he wouldn't sit at the bar and just because he had an issue with our restaurant not doing reservation. Well, apparently the pastor doesn't eat pork, and he ordered a pasta entree that had sausage in it. And the server did put in there no pork. However, when the servers were running the food, they accidentally gave the pastor one of the other elders' pastas that had the sausage in it. And the pastor bit into sausage and he flipped out at that point. He goes on to tell me that we are the shittiest bunch of people that he's ever come in contact with in any restaurant. And he will not be back or step foot back in here, that Satan must be tempting him today. Like, this pastor was out here thinking that he was Job or something. And I'm sitting here thinking that I deserve some kind of award because I literally got a pastor to cuss at me.